Sheila here with Sirius Talis Moon. This is Soul Hour. And with the moon leaving the full moon position, still in middle decan of Taurus, and ascendant middle decan of Taurus 19 degrees, midheaven 3 degrees Aquarius. Now here is the thing. I talked about my prediction of this lunation being, my prediction of this lunation was 1-to-1. And this was particularly, I said it's going to be something about fertility, women, and so on. The scent of a woman being a fixed issue, okay, in the sense that without willing consent and honoring under all and any circumstances of willing consent, okay, that scent of a woman will not be there. And the water will not water, it will be peace. And not even the healthy peace, because it's a violation of something that is important, that has manifestation in spirit and in matter. Now, I talked about the fact that those that will have the most difficult time with that lunation are the ones that build entire empires entirely on violation of that. Not a shiny day for the Nazi. And why? Because today the full picture of the fact that something is a fixed value, that under no circumstances goes away with person complying, consent, nada. And any attempt to violate that is rape, war crime, crime against humanity, mass death, mass death, mass death, mass death, until there's no rape in the world. Now, the understanding of that okay, the understanding that is not going, this value is not going to go away. To make it go away, they will have to extinct entire humanity. Now, the people that try to abuse power, begin to understand more and 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 more. And this lunation was one of those moments, was eureka. Why is it so? That it is so, and how many things that the foundation is built on that not being so do not have foundation. And from this perspective, there's a reassessment, there's an understanding that building on that not being a fixed value is not sustainable. And it makes the cost of trying to mold something into something that it's not way, 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 way more in all terms. Now, Libra is the sign where Saturn exalts, because Saturn is about implications and something that has long-term implications. When something happens in this decan of Libra, we should all pay attention. Because those people have to ask themselves, is it cost effective to do for what they plan to do, knowing that this value is fixed? It's not negotiable. It's not something that people haggle. You know, I saw this beautiful channel of Khaled. He's really comic actor, amazing. And he went to buy those. Oh my God, how did it call it? Bullions. Bullions. It's a particular way they sell gold. And he tried to haggle. It's Arabic, so he tried to haggle. And it took so much time for the guy that sells the bullions to explain to him that it's non-negotiable. It's not a market. When you go to the market, you buy gold. It's a costume that you haggle. Otherwise, you look disrespectful to yourself and incompetent. In many cultures, it's like that. Also, Asian cultures sometimes. You come to the bullion seller and you try to haggle. They look at you like, no, 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 no. This is fixed price. Now, if you saw bullion and you saw for what price they're going, and you say, in the market you would see a golden a ring or a bracelet or whatnot, go and say price, I can get them for probably 50%. Maybe 70 of the price, maybe 30 I can get off of the price, maybe 40, maybe even 50, maybe even more. And then you say it's fixed. And if you go to these markets, let's say the thing went for $10,000, you would bring about $6,000 tops. I say no, it's $10,000. Hopefully you didn't bring your spouse because it's embarrassing. You don't. Okay. But this goes for 10,000. You can't, not a dollar, not an inch. Fixed price. This is the decan of the scales, where if we put the first thing on the first side of the scale, and in the second decan, the second thing, and we try to balance the scale, this is the decan of the scale where the scale is fixed, is balanced. That's the fixed price. This is why Spica is in this decan. Now what happened when the sale is invalid? This is the decan where people are soon to find out that if they exchanged values over an invalid deal, it's going to have long-term implications. And Saturn rules debt, bureaucracy, papers. Because now they need to think. They would try to make it look like somebody owes them something. Because they traded a human being, which is impossible to trade. And they paid money. And now they owe money. But that human being is not tradable. So, what will be of that money? And it's being discovered through papers. But that human being was a business owner. Where's their due diligence? Oh, they did their due diligence. They notified everybody why, where are the papers and what needs to be done. And why. Then to try to get at this person for, oh, but they're on food stamps, on this, on that. Do you want to try to litigate that person that has full diplomatic immunity because they escaped trafficking, crimes against humanity, human trade, war crimes? And anyway, then they're really not able to work. They're able to broadcast the truth. You ask them to tell a lie, they go 1,000 times to the bathroom. Ask their bosses. They will tell you. Yes, one day this person goes into the bathroom and I see this person is really stressed. And I'm like, you seem so stressed. Why are you so stressed? No, the atmosphere, it's not. This is person that needs, I don't know, to express themselves, something creative, something where they speak their own truth, because this person is not for these, you know, in those places they will make problems. Not by purpose even. They just can't be there. They can't stand, so they sit. Somebody said, no, but stand like this, stand like this. Nada. They go away. And so, and when they tell the truth, they go into like, they will speak and they will speak and they will speak and they will speak and they will speak, and the truth and the truth and the truth. You try to silence them, then they go even to the deepest of the depth of the truth, go like a volcano, boom. That's that person. This is who they are. Now, a lot of people went into Googleplex people like that. They try to tell a person to go this way, to that way. Now, here's the thing. If in this way there's something interesting, they will go this way. Then they'll say they want them to do that thing. No. So this is what caused the confusion as well. Because it's like, oh, no, but they won't do that. Oh, they will do this. Oh, but they won't do that. What is this? Take food from the Albegeen. Oh, they did this. They humiliated themselves. They're so stupid. And it's like, we picked up trash from the garden. to build half moon. Recycling. Ah, that's so stupid. No, it's not. It's actually rejuvenation of the energy. Oh, this works for them, so let's try to take what works for them and do this for us. They're so good at selling an idea. They're so good at telling the truth. And now people have to rethink because they see that that type of person, people, generation, even, have certain values that are fixed values. They can be accommodating regarding, and you know, Taurus is one of the most accommodating signs. It's very peaceful until you hit the value. But I saw dunes of sand. I don't remember in what place. There were dunes of sand, and underneath the dunes of sand, there were rocks. So every year the sand would move, and the water, when they would fall, they would become lagoons where underneath is rock. Taurus like that solid rock moves, but the water stays because they don't dry out. The shape of the lagoon might move a bit, but it will always be that way. And to do something, to put so much force as to change that, will have tremendous implications. Why do people work to save the bees? It's the pollination of our food. Now here is another thing. As we go there are things that have certain place in the ecosystem, and as we try to remove them or change them, this affects the entire ecosystem. Now, it can be benefic if you set out beavers in the forest, and after there is one tiny stream, they begin, in the desert, they begin to reforest, revegetate the area, because they build dams. I don't know if it would work in the Dead Sea. And they were considered pests. Now, people have to reconsider because removing that would have such tremendous implications that to solve all of these problems is very, very challenging. And when something is fixed value, when people didn't know this is fixed value, okay, to take the water off the lagoons, they would have to remove the rocks underneath the soil. Now, what would be the implication on the entire ecosystem of having lagoons there? Now, when I was working in Dead Sea Hotel as human resource secretary, there was a guy there that was very funny. He was Virgo. 3rd December. I don't remember what year now. But he was funny. Why? He tested me to see if I give people the name tag that costs nothing. Because if people forgot the name tag, if I give them the name tag. That's a Virgo details. It was important for him to see if he can trust me. I saw this as such insignificant detail that I on purpose gave them. But here's another thing about this guy. He on purpose left his computer with porn. To be very generous with him, it was a porn of a man going down on a woman. Still, he was married man. I was secretary. And I hear later a conversation with the security officer, how he was disappointed for me because he wanted someone that he will mold into what he wants. No, Israel personality cult, what can I say? And that person, and what he wanted was a woman that that he can live in the office and will argue with him and will be well, kind of like he's being his boss, but as a secretary. And I'm like, it's nothing in terms of what his desire or what is this or what is that. Nothing go wrong with a man that wants to go down on a woman. It's not a bad thing. But the thing is that the power issue around this and the fact that as a Virgo, he felt his trust was broken when I gave the name tag. Not seeing anything wrong with the fact that he wanted to mold my entire psyche with a psyop, probably dark occultism, very likely inspired by Nazis. So assist him and run the office with an iron hand. Mind you, regardless of the fact that he was married and he was married, not exactly. So why don't people want to work? And then when he saw that he couldn't, was another guy exactly his birthday. And he said, because I was naturally not staying, and he was wanting to offer me job offer of someone pays 1/3 of the salary, born same day, And the name of the hotel was Royal. Now I see what the iced tea, because he gave me a Cebus. I would only buy iced tea with that. No, but to be very honest, they had good food there. They had, and the people that were intelligence, they knew that because they needed to spy on me. The people know my entire life. Sometimes they remind me things I don't know what they're talking about. The name of the person was Benny, if it is. But you see how a person was full-blown personality cult, feeling that his trust is broken when I give someone the name tag. And if I did not overhear this conversation with that officer, him literally saying, He wanted to mold the personality. Ben verrückt. Married man, mind you. Married. The amount of rituals that these people do over nothing. Now, people, when they need to understand that this value is fixed with all the ego that is, and it's not just a broken ego, it's also what was this image? This image would be of the woman that he would be infatuated with. And that would be in his control. Because he wanted to try to be with a woman where he's not afraid to get murdered, but he was doing exactly the same things that would get him assassinated. And feeling broken trust because I gave the name tag. My cup of coffee in the morning costs more than that name tag. Excuse me, you Virgos there in my 7th house, don't unite. I don't care that you have a unanimous agreement. I am the partner. I'm the Pisces ascendant. All of your unanimous decision as a Virgo stelliums there, they don't balance the scale because I'm the person that has to agree with being your partner. Now here is the thing. To be favoring sexual sovereignty, not to put people through torture. That's the details that changes everything. If the girl is being trafficked, then of course you're in risk of assassination sleeping with her. She's being trafficked to get information to assassin, to make you do the deed and then to expose. That's it. Some of these people run extortion cults. What have you inherited from your parents? The business. What line of business do you do? People's Aid House. In the trust fund, the child has to continue the business, if not the grandchild. What line of extortion call? And then you got people from scratch thinking of how to create intergenerational wealth from scratch. So when it comes to people that really depended their life on trying to create a human being in the image of some sort of sexual ideation, okay, we'll have to find more adaptive way of meeting the normal need to, have orgasm without fearing of being murdered. It's relatable. And now when they make a digital version of those interfaced with people's brains, there's a technological challenge. So people not only have to understand that a certain value is fixed and adjust accordingly, but also there's a technological challenge to that. It's a small detail that changes the entire perception around peace diplomacy, being favored, being in managerial positions, religious conflicts and ideological conflicts. That details that people worked so meticulously to get out of the equation. But you see, going back to that example of that boss, what did he want? To go down on a woman. He managed to make that so fucking scary. And he was married. I don't know if it was arranged marriage or whatnot, but now how would he feel when somebody would go away from that? So what does she want? And this is also where we see that those Venus Pluto, okay, it's a crisis, which shows us not only the darkness, but also what the hidden light. erotical challenges, personality cults, satanic ritual abuse, extortion cults, and the fact that people are loyal to a cult that is supposed to do femicide, concentration camps, depopulation, while their inner desire is to go down on a man or woman. There is a conflict in the essence of desire when it comes, okay, to the manifestation. And then they feel a failure when it's not coming up as they wanted. Ascendant joined to Beta per se. I have to admit, for a 20-something years old girl that works in such place, for one of the first positions outside of like a big company, it is trauma that one doesn't even understand what is. Now here is the thing: when somebody's doing like diplomacy or intelligence or I don't know what, and they have fear that every person they sleep with, including their wife, they will be assassinated through that, it tends to bring, they cannot blame but the person that's in front of them that, oh, they're just afraid of sex. No. What this thing that you're doing, that they extorted you to do, crimes against humanity, trafficking, harvesting, or I don't know what, that's the scary thing. Ascendant went over Uranus Sedna.